ARSAD, Barcelona, 26th to 27th of January 2021. Closing Roundtable, moderated by Pilar Herrero, UAB, with Alexei Kuzilov, Rue Films, Federico Spoletti, Sub T, Joel Schneider, Audio Description Associates, Matt Kaplowitz, Bridge Multimedia, and John Linder, Swiss Text. Part 3. The Pull of AD.
And in Russia, there is a very interesting recent development. For example, Sberbank, the savings bank, the hugest bank in Russia, they have a special interest in accessibility. Well, this is kind of a pet project of German Graf, the chairman. But what they did is accessible offices, which are equipped with special radio frequency identification devices, which allow blind people to initiate audio descriptions of different. It's like if you have a phone, you can initiate these bits. It's like audio descriptive bits. They call it accessible offices. There are not many of them. In Moscow, there are one or two of them, as far as I remember, where blind people can come and get all these services and move around without too much help from from clerks, etc. And some museum experiments with that.
I was going to say museums.
This is a very interesting recent development. They used mobile cell phone technology and radio frequency identification devices to create these smart offices.
Yeah, museums are using that in the United States. They call them emitters. They're radio frequency transmitters, basically. When you come in proximity, they immediately begin. And that's been used a great deal in museums. Museums now are going a bit more towards simply putting things on their website and allowing people to download to their smartphone. But according to the Americans with Disabilities Act, you can't require somebody to have a smartphone or have internet access in order to have accessibility. So they still need to maintain some sort of recorded tour, perhaps with a handheld tour player, that kind of thing.
Well, it's not a tour. It's this concept of an accessible office is not a tour. It's like interacting with the office. Yeah. Audio description on demand, so to say.
Yeah.
Like video on demand. This is audio description on demand.
This would be something like the service in the US called Air, that you put the glasses on. And you
Ira.
Ira. Well, it's different. You have people describing it like they see it. And here you just have, well, it's like a phone. You see? You have a phone. And if you come to the Sberbank accessible office, this Sberbank program starts telling you, it identifies that you are in Moscow in one of the offices, and every time you turn your head, it just initiates a pre-recorded bit. It's not
pre-recorded.
I know. It's a smart office, so interacting with the person. It's like an audio guide, but at the same time, it's not an audio guide. It's every corner. You look on a counter, you look on a billboard, you look somewhere else. Every spot in the office equipped with the transmitter kind of responds. You do it with a phone like that.
Alexei, does that use text-to-speech or is it human voice?
The human voice. The human voice, because text-to-speech in Russian, you see, it sounds too superficial. You cannot stand it. Well, this is the basic problem. The languages, you see, the natural colloquial language is too emotional. And the Russian speakers, I mean blind speakers, when it is done in a voice like that, people cannot stand it for a long time. We did some measurements on that, and the limit is about 3-4 minutes. After that, the people just take off their earphones.
Yep. Same here.
So technology is not limitless here. You have to understand some of the specifics of the languages.
Sorry, I'd like to come back to what Joel said before about general public, the fact that in some ways people realize, particularly during the pandemic, that audio description can be used. Someone said in some articles to audiobook Netflix content. So they discover audio description, and they in their hectic multitasking domestic existence, they started to follow in their favorite TV series or films, listening to audio description. And from what I've read, this actually raised awareness was incredibly effective in raising awareness with people that didn't know anything about accessibility. And also some research started in Australia in particular, involving just general film fans and families, and people actually said that after they tried audio description for the first time, they went home, using that like they are doing with audiobooks. So I think that would be a challenge in terms of developing audio description. So it should in some way increase demand, and maybe it should help. I hope so, at least.
I like very much this question because it leads to sort of the first part of the interview or the roundtable was about the pools. And the second part that I wanted to talk about was what are the barriers? What is stopping the development?